Hey guys, I've just landed in Mumbai from Dubai on Air India AI 920, and I thought I will drop a quick review about the flight because actually I really hope you watch right through this because it's not just about Air India, it is about hospitality in the Indian aviation sector, which I think has been very falsely represented with all the videos going around. So coming back to this flight specifically, the aircraft was like as good as new, like it had never been used before. I really thought it was an A350, but then I found out it was just a A320, which was just very well maintained. Everything functionally was working fine. The seats or the USB chargers, there was a USB-C port, and there's all of the supplies and whatever was given to us, absolutely fine. Um, what's really taken the crown on this was the level of hospitality that the crew rendered to a passenger besides me. The man sitting beside me, it was quite obvious to see that he was a construction worker, from his safety boots, and the crew was speaking to him in his local dialect, which is quite considerate. Anything that was brought to us, from the starters to the main meal, this man kept saying no. Probably he was worried that they're going to charge him for it, or maybe he was just too shy. Or so this man probably has a tough life and he's not used to this level of hospitality, right? So he kept saying no to anything eatable or any drink that was brought to him. So the lady was asking him, the cabin crew was asking him, why are you not eating? Why are you not hungry? Or is there something that we can do for you? You feel better? Or is there something else that you would like to eat? You see, this is the level of concern that goes beyond the duty of a cabin crew. This is genuine concern for the passenger's well being. And she even took the time to explain to him in his language that this is the call crew button. If you ever change your mind and if there's anything that you would like to eat or drink, you just press this button and we'll be here to get you. There are like more than 150 passengers on that plane. The crew really didn't have to go that far, but they did. They really made sure that this simple man was comfortable and was at ease. And it's not the first time that I'm noticing this. So whatever I'm speaking of is taking into consideration like more than 100 flights I've taken over the past 14 years. And I do recall a few times. For example, there was once on Indigo Airways that similar experience. I was sitting next to a laborer who was having problems in communicating, but it was quite obvious that the flight was pretty cold, and he wasn't wearing a jacket or something. And in the middle of his sleep, the cabin crew, she brings a blanket and puts it over him. Trust me, I have friends whose wives will not ask them why they are not hungry, if there's anything they can do to make them feel better. And bad joke, I know, bad joke. But for cabin crew to be so concerned and wrap a blanket around you and make your journey that comfortable, I think it is highly, highly commendable. And sometimes you might need to take a look at the passenger's behavior rather than the airline. Like, everyone is ready to blame the airlines, everyone is ready to take to social media and make something out of it. But the reality, I really leave it up to you. But I think you get the point. What I'm trying to ask is, are airlines really that bad, or do we just make them seem so? Because if this was not customer service excellence, then what is? Please tell me. I would love to hear your views and your comments on what do you think of this. What's our approach as passengers? Like, do we keep our egos in check? Are we the easiest people to deal with? Or are we just bringing problems upon ourselves by, the way we approach the check-in counters or the way we deal with the cabin crew. Do you also feel like sometimes passengers need to have a check of ego, a check of if they are throwing their weight around, a check if they are respecting aviation safety? Rules are in place for our own safety, and sometimes we just want to bypass them and we take it out on the airline. If there's one bad experience that I've had on literally all the flights of these 14 years that I've had, is passengers leaving their seats before the flight has come to a standstill. What is your take on that? Like, what's that about? That has nothing to do with the airline, by the way. If you think that was bad service, I want to share with you an experience that me and the managing director of the company I work for, we were on a flight, nowhere, not in this part of the world, and I don't want to take any names. When it was time to serve meals, the cabin crew literally skipped serving us. They served the passenger in front of me, the passenger behind of me got a meal, but they just didn't give us a meal. And my boss was really furious about it, and he called them back, and when they came to see us, they looked at us like, you're not dead yet? I mean, it was really like a bad experience. When you compare that to this, I'd really like to know what's your take. Maybe it's a completely different story with domestic flights. Probably the international routes have another level of service. I don't know. And I do hope you share this video just to raise awareness for us as passengers. What goes around comes around, and there is fantastic in-flight service if that's really what you're looking for. A big salute to Air India. I will be back on that flight, and I will bring my boss with me so that he knows what hospitality is all about, and he can finally taste that chicken biryani that will have him doing the Macarena.